Every single one of us is simply one decision away from creating our best life. Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. My name is George Wright III, and I'm your host. And today I want to talk to you about some random thoughts I've been having, in hopes that it might stir up in you some inspiration or motivation to make some changes or level up in some of the areas in your life and really create some greatness throughout your week. So I have several ideas I want to talk to you about. I had jotted down ideas throughout the weekend and as I was working out, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to kind of throw them all out there. So this might be a little bit of a complex hodgepodge of thoughts, but I think it all ties around to the same thing, and that is that you're simply one decision away from creating your best life. So this is episode 290, by the way, and I really want to thank you for all of the support and encouragement and feedback that I've received from all of you. And I do appreciate when you share these episodes. So if you wouldn't mind sharing these episodes with people that you feel might benefit or have a similar mindset as you, that would be a huge, huge win, and I would appreciate that very much. So today I want to talk to you about the fact that there's a lot of noise going on around you, right? But the bottom line is you create your life. You absolutely need to learn, accept, decide, and know that you create your life. And you have to do that by stopping all of the listening that you're doing to the noise around you. There's all kinds of noise related to, and I'm not downplaying the significance of what's going on. What I'm saying is you have to stop buying into all of the noise, whether it be, the economy or politics or any of these types of things. Certainly there are some topics that are important that you need to, support and sustain. But at the end of the day, if you want to create a life that has the most impact and influence on those around you, you've got to stop listening and getting sucked into all the noise around you. You have to learn to eliminate the distractions that you have in your life. Now, for some of you, that might be social media. For some of you, it might be people. There might be people in your life that are a distraction in the sense that they bring negativity, they bring selfishness, they bring things into your life that are not conducive to your well-being. But you have to decide to eliminate those different distractions. It might be TV, it might be music, it might be whatever it is that's keeping you from focusing on your goals and creating your best life, your best relationships, your best business, your best opportunities, and the best version of yourself. So you have to decide that you're not going to listen to the noise, and you have to eliminate those distractions. But then you've got to make this conscious decision that you're going to create your own economy. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that the world is so vast with the power of the internet and marketing and the learning curve you can have through a simple Google search. A Google search can teach you anything you want to know in life, business, relationships, prosperity, success, wealth. You've got to learn that you can create your own economy. You don't rely on anyone else to create your economy. You are the person that's going to proactively make it happen. And you have all of the resources at your fingertips, which we just never had in the past. It's never been easier than today to create your own economy, to create wealth, to create success, to create the right mindset, to be around positive, energetic, motivational, inspirational mentors. So this first concept I want you to understand is that you create your life. You just got to find a way to isolate, your thoughts and eliminate distractions and be proactive. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about is that you're simply one decision away from your greatest life. Now, what do I mean by that? Obviously, it's going to entail a series of decisions, but no change is ever made in anything outside of a moment in time. That moment when something happens and you have a decision how you're going to react to it. A moment in time where you can decide whether you're going to hit the snooze bar or get up, where you're going to react to a conversation or you're going to become proactive, where you're going to embrace your greatness or you're going to fall subject to fear. Everything great in life boils down to a moment. And that moment, as they start to stack up, will help you to create your best life. So there's an individual named Mel Robbins who's done a lot of different podcasts, a lot of really great information. And she talks about the 5-second rule. So what is the 5-second rule? It's something that she came across for herself. She didn't create this to be some kind of concept to roll out to the marketplace. She just realized one day that if she used this concept of the 5-second rule, that she could make some major changes in her life. So what does it entail? Well, what it entails is every time we get confronted with a decision, and there's so many things in your life every day, all day long, everything you do where you make a decision. And the biggest challenge we run into is in that moment of a decision that we hesitate. That's the beginning of the end for most of us in going the wrong direction. We hesitate because of fear. We hesitate to do something because of self-confidence or self-esteem or past experiences or because we're tired or whatever it is. That moment that you hesitate is the moment that your brain starts immediately, because you got to remember, our brain is programmed, hardwired, and tasked with protecting us. And our brain is going to protect us from anything that's difficult, hard, negative, or will hurt us. And we know, if you've listened to this podcast at all, we know that your greatness lies outside your comfort zone. Your greatness lies outside change. Your greatness lies in moments of discomfort. And so you're going to have your brain working against you, which is its job 100% of the time. So in that moment of hesitation, what Mel said that she determined is that she could apply this principle of the 5-second rule, where she'll immediately, when something happens and she has to make a decision, she'll count from 5 to 1. She'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Meaning she'll count backwards from 5 and launch herself into the decision she knows that she should make. You should try this sometime. When you get up in the morning and you're ready to hit that snooze alarm and you say to yourself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get up. Or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you decide to step up and not shrink in fear from doing something that holds you back. The reason this principle is so powerful, and the reason I love it, is because it's backed by science. The bottom line is when you do that concept of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it immediately, number one, is an action, so it's moving you forward. Number two, it shifts your brain from the emotional part of your brain to the prefrontal cortex, which is your CEO center, the one that makes decisions and knows that long-term, your bigger life, your bigger principles, your bigger commitments are more important, and it helps you to go. It doesn't work the same if you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you could keep going, right? This counts you down to a moment of action, and it moves you into your CEO part of your brain that takes over and helps you to do it. So try this little thing. I know it's just a little tip, but it's one that millions of people have gotten behind, and hundreds of thousands of testimonials of people that have used this. And, I may not know all the secrets and science behind it, but you are one decision away at any moment. And if you could adopt this 5-second rule, I think you're going to find you can see some major greatness. So the last thing that I wanted to hit you with at the beginning of the week here is I think it's very, very important that I remind you that you need to focus on the right things if you're going to make decisions and change your life. Sure, you have to eliminate the distractions. You have to come up with little strategies like the 5-second rule, but you've got to focus on the right things. I want to remind you that you have to focus most of your time on your unique talents. Your unique talents are the things that you're passionate about and you're excellent at. Remember, most of us spend our lives in areas that we are competent in, meaning we're good at, but we're not excited about, we're not passionate about. What I encourage you to do is find those parts, and it's not easy to do, but it's possible for you to find your unique talent, the things that you're excellent at and you're passionate about. The next thing I would suggest is for you to focus on the 20%. Most all of you have heard of the 80-20 rule, where 20% of your efforts create 80% of your results, and 80% of your efforts, 20% of your results. It's very, very important that you focus on the 20% that create the greatest wealth, the greatest impact, the greatest success, the greatest relationships. Focus on the 20% more and more and more, and you'll become more and more successful, happy, fulfilled, and productive. And finally, the last thing I had written down is I want you to focus on creating and maintaining an abundant mindset. This is really difficult to do when you're surrounded by negativity, or you're surrounded by the wrong crowd, or you're surrounded by social media, because so much around you is negative, it's so important that you create and maintain an abundant mindset, because that'll help you to come up with solutions. It'll help you to come up with greatness. It'll pull out your best version of yourself. So create an abundant mindset. Think win-win. Think positive solutions. Think upside. Be grateful. Train your mind to be grateful by focusing on gratitude. Now, you have everything inside of you that you need. You've got to remember that. Stop looking outside of you for answers. You have to start searching inside of you for the answers that you know your life needs. And the answers are only going to come from action, productivity, and movement. So get moving, get productive, find a way to be moving forward. Use that 5-second rule. Use yourself all kinds of affirmations or gratitude or notes or pictures or whatever motivates you and inspires you. But take action, become productive, just move, and you'll find those answers that you need inside of you. Remember, you're just one decision away at any moment from creating and living your best life. I hope you'll practice that this week. I hope that's something that's helped you. My name is George Wright III. This has been another episode of the Daily Mastermind. Have a great day.